how many of you have seen A Bug's Life? All right, you know, he's got kind of an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent, the monarch or the caterpillar. It's basically an eating machine. From the hatching point until it goes into the pupa, the caterpillar will multiply its weight 3,000 times. All right, it'll go through 5 molts. These are molting animals, 5 molts. And if you take a human baby, I just have a newborn second cousin from my brother Joel in Pittsburgh. Take a human baby, 7 pounds, 1 ounce, multiply its weight 3,000 times. Okay, those are very big diapers you're going to be needing. So it's basically an eating machine. It's molting, it's eating, it's molting, it's eating, it's building up its body mass. And then, after the 4th molt, it begins to look for a place to do this, to deposit a little silk pad and then entrench its cremaster at the posterior end of the caterpillar into that silk pad by a kind of natural Velcro that I'll show you in just a moment. And when it does that, it makes this characteristic J shape and it spins around. And the reason it spins is it wants to make sure it's not in contact with anything, because the pupa stage is alive. In the movie that we made, we had a scientist in Ohio who put very sensitive probes on a chrysalis, on a monarch chrysalis. It's breathing, its heart is beating, it is a living thing, and it's building the adult butterfly so it can't be in contact with anything that could possibly deform the structure of the pupa as it's forming its adult body structure. Anyway, it spins around, and that silk pad, here, let me show you more closely. Here it is. It's incredibly resilient. This is natural Velcro, and if we zoom in, you can see there are little hooks on the end of the cremaster that are embedded in the silk strands that the caterpillar has deposited. Now think about this from an engineering standpoint. Why have the little hooks if you don't have the silk fibers, right? You need the silk fibers to hook into, but why go to the trouble of depositing the silk pad if you don't have the hooks? So this is an irreducibly complex system at an engineering level. You need both components at the same time for function. It's amazing to me, absolutely amazing. And these scanning electron micrographs were done at Loma Linda in California by someone who was involved in the production of the movie. Okay, now, this is the magic. And really, magic sounds like a silly word. It's not too strong a noun to describe what's happening here. Depending on the environmental circumstances, this will be a 7 to 10 day period. After the molt that forms the pupa, it's 7 to 10 days, and a lot is going on inside that capsule. By the way, does anyone know why this is called a chrysalis? And just a little sort of zoological nicety, moths have cocoons, butterflies have a chrysalis. The reason it has that name is because it has these brilliant gold dots. No one knows what they do or why they're there. There's a PhD waiting to be written on those gold dots. But chrysos is the Greek word for gold. So the reason it's called a chrysalis is because monarchs and actually many other butterfly species have this remarkable, they look like 24-karat gold sparkling in the sunlight. And really no one knows why they're there, but that's the reason for the name. So what's happening in this stage? 2 things. Well, more than 2, but 2 that are particularly important. First of all, most of the larval tissue, most of the caterpillar is eating itself up by very carefully regulated processes of cell death. The 2 main ones are called apoptosis and autophagy. Autophagy actually means eat yourself. So I'll show you here on this slide from a very interesting paper from 2 Italian researchers on this. In the top, you have phagocytosis, where some other cell is eating you, right? But these are all cell death mechanisms. In the middle, it's necrosis, the cell just dies. In the bottom, autophagy, the cell eats itself and turns its materials back into nutrients that other cells can use. It's just amazing. So when we were making this film in Florida, we were at a big butterfly research center, and a monarch chrysalis broke open on a desktop. I'm much too sentimental. I would find it very hard to take a scalpel and cut open a living chrysalis. I just want that butterfly to have half a chance to form naturally. But by accident, one of them broke open, and the contents leaked out onto the desktop, and it looks like clear gelatin. You really can't make out any, clear anatomical structure, even though when you put it in an MRI, you can see that there are structures there, although to your naked eye, it's hard to see what's there. So what's happening in this magic stage is the caterpillar is basically eating itself, turning the materials, the mass of the caterpillar, into raw materials for what will become a very different kind of living thing. And from very small cell populations in the caterpillar called imaginal discs, it will build the legs, the wings, the genitals, the mouth parts, all the structures that are present in a flying insect that you would not see in a caterpillar. It's constructing them. So here now we are coming towards the end of the story. The outside of the pupa begins to thin, and you can make out the adult butterfly beneath, and then it has its sixth and final molt. It comes out of the pupa capsule. It still has a lot of construction work to do. So if you ever have a monarch in a box in your home that you have been, a monarch caterpillar that you've been feeding milkweed, when it goes into the pupa, makes its silk pad, make that J shape is there. Make sure that when it comes out, it has a place where it can finish its construction. So what happens is it emerges and holds on to the pupal case. It pumps fluid from its abdomen through the veins in its wings out to extend them so they can harden and become proper flight surfaces. But the other thing that it does that I didn't know about when I started to work on the movie that really made me fall in love with these butterflies is it builds its proboscis. So here you can see that curling structure, that feeding tube there at the front of the head? When that first emerges, when the butterfly first comes out of the pupa, the proboscis is in two halves, like this, right? Call them left and right. Well, half a straw is not a straw. If I took you to, let's say, In-N-Out Burger, and you had a drink, and I took a razor and I slit your straw down the length, you'd say, well, Paul, there's no way, I can't get any fluid out of my cup. I can't drink my Coke with that. Half a straw is not a straw. So what the butterfly does is it unrolls and rolls up. It unrolls and rolls up these two halves and knits them together into a functional tube that can actually then draw up nectar, because nearly all of the diet of the adult butterfly is going to be nectar of some form or another. Now, this next slide, I don't know if a dairy farmer has a particular cow that he really likes. That one cow, right? Or a baker has a particular cake that he's particularly sweet on. That was that one cake, that was my best cake ever. This next image is my favorite slide in this talk. I could only pick one, and this is the one. Okay, what it shows you is a scanning electron micrograph of the proboscis. And they told me not to turn around, but I'm just going to turn around briefly so I can point. Look at the bottom image, all right? That's 50 microns scale. That's about the width of 5 or 6 cells. That is a little hinge or I don't know, latch that is coming from one side and latching onto the other, and right underneath it you see the other latch that's coming across. That is precision engineering, right? It takes my breath away. I mean, it really takes my breath away. Up there on the top, FC stands for food canal. That's where the nectar is going to flow through. You've got to be able to close those two halves together and latch them tight to get an air seal, right? So you can actually have suction or capillary action. That's precision engineering. The king that we serve is not a bashful engineer. He's not a shy artist. He meant for you to see that right there.